Hello and welcome to the Think Share. My name is Zach. I'm here to bring to you what I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to, reading about that doesn't belong in math class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. Today I want to live stream because I'm sort of running out of time. I have to do some preparations for the beginning of the week, and I wanted to just spend a few minutes to share some of the things I've been listening to. So I did quite a bit of driving today, and I've been listening to The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas. I want to say it's Payne or something. I forget what the last name is. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. So I've been reading this book, Millionaire Next Door, and one of the really interesting things so the general idea of the book is it shares all of the things that we don't really know about millionaires that we thought we knew. So at the beginning, it talks about how a lot of us assume sort of that millionaires are these people that own Ferraris and they have mansions and they own memberships to everything known to man. They have these crazy platinum credit cards and they go traveling across the world all the time. And the really interesting thing that it talks about is the difference between earning a high income and having great wealth. So there's a lot of, hey Nate, good to see you. So one of the interesting things that's been really interesting is that he talks about offense and defense. So for a high income earner, having a good offense is like earning a lot of money. Sort of like the Patriots are really good at putting points up, but their defense wasn't that great. Defense in terms of finances and gaining wealth is saving and being frugal. So what was said in the book so far is that a lot of millionaires are surprisingly frugal. For example, if you are someone that buys a brand new car every 3 years, you are in the minority of millionaires. The people that are buying brand new cars all the times are not the millionaires that mostly make up our country. Our country that has the millionaires that are they're normal in our country are ones that actually buy a car every 10 or 20 years and they never buy new ones. They always buy used ones. And they don't spend like tons and tons of time trying to get a really good deal on a nice car. It's they're trying to figure out like what's a reasonable car to buy. So it I think one of the main mindsets I've been learning about like today's millionaires is that they're much more interested in being financially free and being wealthy rather than having a what they call a high consumption lifestyle. So a high consumption lifestyle is sending your kids to private school. It's buying new cars multiple times every decade. It is having country club memberships. It is what are some of the other examples they gave? Some of the other examples I guess they gave were like just paying for expensive things, like always having really expensive food, eating out a lot, and whatever. In the comments, let me know what are some of the more expensive things that people buy that would fit in that category. But it was just talking about the main difference between the fact that people really really overspend when they earn a lot and they aren't necessarily playing the defense or being frugal. So I think one of the privileges I've had is that my parents have really taught me to be frugal. And I think that skill, that sort of mentality and that mindset is going to be one of the main things based on this book that I'm realizing is probably going to be one of the skills that helps me get to a wealthy status. I mean, I know I want to become a millionaire, and I want to be a multimillionaire. I want to be someone that is not just has $1 million, because I think by the time I reach there, $1 million just really won't be that much. Great to hear you play Pokemon. Thank you for letting us know, PokeGo Bros. But the title of this video, I said, have I earned everything they have? So I got to this chapter where it talks about economic outgoing patient status. I do not play Pokemon. I played yellow version back when I was in about 5th, 6th, 7th grade. I can't say that I play anymore. I was just answering one of the comments. So one of the interesting... Oh, hey, Courtney. Weekend's been pretty good. I moved into the multifamily house yesterday with my wife. But what is interesting. So I'm gonna pause from answering comments so I stop losing my train of thought. Thank you guys for sharing though, and thank you for commenting. Um, One of the interesting things that I've learned from this book so far, and I think scares me as someone that I am planning on being pretty wealthy in some years. Can you ask it in like 3 or 4 minutes? Let me just finish getting this thought off. Um, One of the things I've really considered and sort of been scared of is when I have kids, which we're thinking probably within the next 5 years or so. Um, she really wants to. Tell her to leave a comment on the book giveaway. One of the things I've been really interested in doing in the next couple of years is having kids. And what I want to do is not like if at some point slash when at some point I am able to build up some wealth, I don't want to spoil my kids and I don't want to have them living a high consumption lifestyle. I want them to learn frugality on some level. Sure, go ahead and ask it. I know that's fine. That's what I'm really here for is to bring you guys what you want more so than just my own agendas, but go ahead, ask it. Um, I'm always worried about just having spoiled kids. I don't want to spoil my kids someday. And I think this book is helping me see the dangers of it and sort of the better ways of dealing with using your wealth to raise your kids well and have them not be financially inept in the future. And it's talking about how so many children these days that are getting can I have a free copy of your book? It seems pretty good. Comment on the book giveaway, and I can probably do that. There's a very good chance I can do that. Yes, comment on the book giveaway video. But one of the and who's the most loyal subscriber? I would say it's in between a couple. I got one person that has been commenting on my video. The question in the comments was, "Who's been my most loyal subscriber?" One of my friends, Libby, from the UK. My friend Melissa from Ireland. My friend, I forget what his first name is now. It's been a little bit since he's commented. He was also from the UK, I believe. He has a sloth in his picture. Ty Speaks has been pretty loyal. A couple of my students that comment quite pretty often have been pretty loyal. I'm a smart kid, but I don't get my assignments in, and I get bad grades. If I fail one more class, I don't pass sophomore year. All right. Is there still hope I can pass? Absolutely. I think sometimes, who are your students that comment? Poke Go Bros. I'm not going to answer that question just because I mean, you can look through the comments and find that out on your own if you'd really like to know. But is the question that was just asked was, is there still hope? I'm glad to hear you like math. Yeah, there's absolutely faith for you. I would say if you are someone that is capable of doing well in class, you got to figure out what your why is. They say that you can accomplish any possible thing. You can accomplish any how with a strong enough why. So passing sophomore year, that's absolutely possible to do. That's the how. Question is, what's your why? So my question for you is, why is it important that you pass sophomore year? Thank you, Poke Go Bros. Depending what your why is, that is going to be what allows you to get through your sophomore year. So, if it's something that if you find that there's not a strong reason for you to pass, you probably won't pass. First off, I want to point out that I'm acting pretty nonchalantly about it because I think a lot of people put a lot of weight on passing courses, passing grades. I think that it's very useful and I don't think it's the end all be all. I can't say I've ever stayed back and I've never not passed a. That's true, Nate. You are a pretty loyal subscriber. My bad, Nate. I just haven't seen you comment in a while. That's why you didn't pop into my brain first. But I would say that the way that you would get through your sophomore year is having a good why. I'm sorry, Poke Go Bros. I'm answering the previous question that was asked, which is there hope for him? Hi, Alex. You can you can absolutely make it through sophomore year. You just have to have a strong enough why. You have to figure out what it is for you that is going to get you through sophomore year. If it's got to be something that's going to motivate you for whatever that time is that you're not doing homework or you're not studying or something. Whatever is going to motivate you to get through those things is going to be the thing that gets you through your sophomore year. That would be the simple answer to it. Feel free to send me an email. I can go more in depth, or I can make a whole video about it. Um, I might do that in the near future. Pokego Bro, is your question about colleges? I'll answer that next. I've just been going through a ton since high school started. I used to be in the honor roll, but I want to get my own. I want to get. I want to be my own boss in my field. That's why I want to pass. Well, what's your field? I mean, there's plenty of people that don't have high school diplomas that are their own boss. Depends what your field is. Is there any loyal subset? I'm not sure what that means. Quick answer to your question about colleges. I went to UMass Lowell for my master's, and I went to UMass Amherst for my undergraduate. I want to be either photographer or content creator on YouTube. Dude, you don't need, or I don't know if you're male or female. You don't need a high school diploma to accomplish that. Subscribers on this video. Loyal subscribers on this video. I would say Nate is. The sophomore year, I haven't contacted him too much, but I've spoken with him a couple times on the live feed. And Courtney, who commented earlier, she's one of my students that she's commented quite a bit, and she's listening. She comments with me in class. It's true. Mr. Watson says, read this book is really good and covers so much. Wait, Nate, have you actually read the book Millionaire Next Door? Can you even dunk, bro? Yes, Ian, I absolutely can. I can put in the description of this video one of my dunk videos. On my other channel, Zachary Watson, I have a video of me dunking quite a bit. But yeah, I recommend pretty much all UMass's for colleges. I think private colleges are pretty much overrated for the amount that they cost. And I had a great experience. I'm much more of a big college kind of person. I don't like the small ones. Sorry to be off topic. I just always wanted to ask, and I was too scared to talk to my teachers or school counselors face to face. Well, what I would say is that, yeah, if you want to be a photographer or YouTube content creator, I would continue doing what you're doing. I would say what a high school diploma will do and or a college degree will do is it'll open doors for you. I mean, look, both of us are YouTube content creators, and it didn't take a college or a high school degree to do either of these things. All it took was, for me to start, it took an iPhone and an internet connection. And I could do that with even cheaper equipment than, I mean, this iPhone, I think, was like, what, $650? It's a 7. I mean, it's fairly cheap compared to a college education. All you got to do is keep creating on YouTube, and you know what the numbers are, and to start getting paid for things, and you just got to figure out what is the lifestyle that you want to live, and how much is it, how many hours, and how much time, and how much effort is it going to take for you to get to where you want to be in terms of your YouTube creator status. I mean, I would say keep the doors open for yourself. Stay in school, get a high school diploma, because it definitely looks a lot better than having like a GED or something. I don't know what state you live in, but I would say to just really, to be honest, you don't need you don't need high school to be a photographer or a YouTube content creator. High school diploma I'm not sure necessarily what it gets you. It gets you a better way to get into college, um, and it shows possible employers if you want to have part-time employment to support yourself while you are trying to become a professional YouTube content creator or a photographer. It just shows them that you're capable of learning something that is asked of you to learn. Let me go to some of these other questions. Just got a Pikachu. What sports did I play in high school? I did winter track and field, spring track and field, cross country, and I did basketball for the first 2 years. Um, Nate, are you talking about ideas over coffee? Bad question. Not your first book. Do you jewel? I don't know what jewel. Oh, someone talked to me about what jewel was the other day. It's sort of like vaping or something. I don't actually even know what that is. Yeet, you dunked on Malik. I believe I did. Yes, I did. Um, so, our I would love to know what your name is, so I don't actually have to pronounce this. But R41NF1R3 or Renifari. Renifari? Well, I don't know what your real name is, but I hope that kind of answers your question. I thought it was a great question, and I hope I answered it. I hope I'm not discouraging you to get your high school diplomas. I think it is valuable, but I think that's just the reality of it. Ideally, I mean, as I'm a YouTuber, at the same time, I also am getting paid and I have employment. So I'd say one of the easier ways to get a dream started is to not be forcing yourself, well, for me anyway, is to not be forcing yourself to learn a craft, while being poor. So being able to be employed and hustle on the side, that can make your dreams easier. And for some people, it kind of discourages them and slows them down. If I were you, I'd listen to Gary Vaynerchuk. He's one of the ones that really motivates me to get where I want to be in terms of being financially free and being a content creator. P.S. My phone is about to die, and I gotta finish. We're moving a couple things back into our other house. Real quick, ask me any last questions before I go. I love your evolution of dance video. Glad to hear it. What's your favorite dance move, PokeGo Bros? But yeah, one of the other books I look forward to talking more about in the future is Grant Cardone's The Millionaire booklet. I haven't read through the whole thing. I've gone through the first 2 or 3 pages. Good stuff. Ian, sorry this is awkward for you. Ian, I'm trying to tell what that picture is. The dab and the floss. But the dab's not even a move. It's just I actually refuse to do the dab because it's actually a drug reference. I do the yab, which you just go like this. One of my students came up with it because I told them to stop dabbing back in 8th grade when I had taught them all. So then they came up with the yab. Don't worry about it. Thanks, Ian. All right. How much do you bench, bro? I can currently, max, I could probably bench, I don't know, 160, 170-ish. I don't think I could bench my body weight right now. I weigh about 215. I don't bench much. I like to say that I have a mechanical disadvantage from short people, so I have pretty long arms. So when I get down to the lowest stance, that 90 degrees, it takes more torque for it to go up. Thanks, PokeGo Bros. I don't know if I'd agree with you. I'd like to think I'm strong, but all right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the comments. Let me know what other questions you have in the comments. Maybe one of these dudes will just do a Q&A session. But yeah, thanks for the comments, and talk to y'all soon. Watson out. Stay weird. Yeet!